Hey, what's happening? This is Jeff with the prophetic word from the prophetic word of God, from the word of God to you and me. So let's start with that. And before I get into this, make sure to like this. If you enjoy this video at the end of it, hit the like button, and then please subscribe if you like this material, this content, and then also hit the notification bell so you can be notified of future messages like this. Sorry, I'm outside, of course, and you just heard the plane kind of give an exclamation point to what I just said, so that's good. I really feel like I do have a word for someone today, but I believe this verse is really important for our whole nation, maybe even the church and everyone in the world today. But we need to make some adjustments as a human race. Would you guys agree? There's so much going on in our culture, in our world, that's really there's a lot of issues, and a lot of people are doing things that are not good. But you can't change anyone else. You can only change yourself. This also is a recipe for revival. If you ever heard of that term, revival, if you want to know how to have a personal revival, this is going to really bless you right now. And it's blessed me, this verse. But it's kind of a scary verse because it's well, you'll see. But don't get too afraid. It's good. It's good. It's all good. When you go to the doctor and you really want to know what's going on, you can tell something's wrong. It's scary to let him do all these tests, right? And he has other people come in and they do these tests, and you could find some news out that'll ruin the whole rest of your year. But what if it saves your life for like 30 years or 20 years or even 5 years? You would consider that great news. So this could be great news. It really is good news for every one of us. But you and I have to do this in our own life, okay? But Psalm 139:23 is a brave prayer that the psalmist writes here, and he says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test me and know my thoughts. See if there be any offensive way in me, and lead me in the way everlasting. Search my heart. Search me, God, and know my heart. Test me and know my anxious thoughts." Very brave prayer, isn't that? Imagine if every one of us could pray that prayer and actually let the Lord answer that prayer. Because if you really mean that prayer, God will actually answer it. He will search your heart, and He will test your thoughts and let you know how you did. He'll let you know what happened, what the final results are of that test. But then you might have to do some work. You might have to get out a notepad and actually take notes on what He says to do. Actually, that's what I call daily devotions. That's what we should be doing every day. I don't always do this every day. There are times where I don't get out a notepad and take extra time. But every day in my prayer, I do have a time of confession, and it's just a time to ask the Lord, is there anything I should confess? We don't want to confess our own stuff, So what we got to do is ask the Lord, okay, Lord, help me out here. What should I confess? Because I don't think I have anything wrong. We can't really be at that point and get anything out of this. To be at this point, you really have to be open to whatever God says, and you really have to, He's not just going to do it if you don't mean it. Or if you want to just live life like everybody else is the problem, even if that's true, you can only change you. So don't we all want to be an example so that everybody else can do the same thing? And that's the way we'll see the world change. But if we all say, well, it's everybody else, nobody will change. Inventory time. Get out a sheet of paper if you're asking me for my advice. Start a notepad prayer journal. You don't have to do it every single day, but try to do it. I try to have a daily prayer habit, even if it's a few minutes, just because habits are good, and you can't build a habit if you start skipping days. So try to have a time every day where you pray, and try to have a time every day, even if it's for a few minutes, where you just say, Lord, is there anything? And write down whatever He shows you that needs a change in you. And sometimes God will not say anything to us. I find this to happen most of the time. And then later that day, I go through an experience, or somebody cuts me off in traffic, or I'm stolen from, or whatever happens in life that kind of upsets our apple cart, and we get upset, or something else. Or maybe there's something that we know we are doing currently. We know it's wrong, but we don't want to stop it. you know, you got to be willing before you even do this to obey whatever God says to do, because we're technically following Jesus. We're kind of telling him, Lord, every day I'm going to obey you. I'm going to make the choice to obey today. So if he's still Lord, then you're still saying, Lord, I'll obey today. You don't have to love it, you know. Sometimes picking up your cross is killing you. One time, more than once, I've told God how much something is really killing me. And he goes, oh, well, if it's killing you, I guess you're not dead yet. Yeah. Lord, don't you understand this is killing me? He's like, yeah, that's what it means to carry your cross and die every day. But then again, we tell the drug addict, hey, you should be willing to go through this pain so you can, you know, have a great harvest on the other side. We tell the person that's can't stop stealing to do this. So we all have to die in our own areas, I guess, to grow, you know. It's like seeds. We've got to put that seed in the ground. It's got to die, and then the harvest will come, and then the new growth will happen. So, all right, that's enough. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you so much for being part of this, and we will see you in the next video.